Hey, 40Me J here. I'm glad to be back. I've got some spooky content coming your way this October, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Today I'll be giving my thoughts on the creepy ManBearPig in Tiny Church in Lemoyne. This is probably one of the most messed up Easter eggs that you can find in game. Inside of here you can pick up 4 experiment notes. This is the first experiment note that you can find. When you pick it up, you can see the drawing of the ManBearPig, and it reads, August 13th, the creature is ready. Parts are currently on ice, prepared for surgery any day now. Immense creatura. Then you can pick up the other note saying, Vulture wing 4.5 libs. Another note right here saying, Bear heart 22 ounces. Here is the final experiment note that you can pick up. Now I'm going to take a look at the rest of the creepy man-made kind of mutants that are on the desk here. You can see there's an alligator with like some buck antlers there. Search in the drawer and see if I could find anything else. It's definitely some creepy mutant type experiment someone has made here. What's that, like a vulture with, I want to say like a badger head? That's creepy. That thing in the middle with the 2 small skulls that are like joined together, I think that is so weird. What even is that? Would you think like maybe some sort of a small animal? But then it looks like a human skull, so I don't know. There's more stuff over here like in jars too, and some pigs as well, pig head in like some sort of water or acid, God knows. Now let's take a look at the ManBearPig. When you inspect the corpse, it is actually called man-made mutant. If you come here and expect this as Arthur will jot down that he thought he knew people with strange hobbies. Now on to some of my theories as to what this is. I think it's a reference to an episode of South Park titled ManBearPig. In this episode, the Al Gore character visits South Park to warn everyone about a creature named ManBearPig. The creature came about from global warming. The South Park writers got this idea from ManBearPig from a movie called Prophecy. South Park even gives a reference to Red Dead Redemption 2 in the ManBearPig episode, telling everyone that they have to give up playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Note this episode aired in 2006, way before Red Dead Redemption 2 was released. Saying South Park gave a reference to Red Dead 2, I think the Rockstar writers thought that they would need to put the ManBearPig in the game as well. Here is a picture of the ManBearPig from the South Park episode. Now that leaves the question, who made this mutant? Well, it could be Marco Dragic. We know he's a crazy inventor and he even made his own robot, but then it doesn't make sense in a way. He's more into the technology type side and he's not really a crazed murderer. This seems sort of like a murderer or someone who's really demented in the head. The only other murderer we know of is Lucky, but I don't know if it would be him. He seems to just like killing and torturing his victims. This seems to be more of like an experimental type thing. Someone that wants to try and bring these creatures to life. Honestly, it could be anyone. We'll never know, and that's the biggest mystery here. You meet Micah outside this house for a mission. Could it be him? I wouldn't put it past him. Next up, we have the tiny church. So I did some research and I found out this church is based off the Madonna Chapel, which is the world's smallest church. It's located in Louisiana. Mr. Tony Gullo in the early 1900s had a sick child and promised to build them a little chapel if they got better, which they did, and he kept his word. You can study this structure, and when you do, Arthur will say a very small church for a very small congregation. There is actually more secrecy to this church than you may know, and I'm going to show that off later in the video, but first let's take a look inside and see if we can find anything interesting. There doesn't seem to be, it just seems to be like a cross and some seeds, some candles, but I think you'll be very shocked when you find out what can happen here. If you stand at the swamp tree just north of the tiny church, you can actually hear the church bell ringing. I find it absolutely crazy that Rockstar added that into the game, and I'm going to be quiet and let you hear it. Whoa, I just heard it there. I'll show off the exact location of the swamp tree later just in case you can't find it, and if you'd like me to make a video on the swamp trees, let me know in the comments below, but I'm going to show off some more footage of the bell ringing. Now I'm going to show you the location where you can hear the bell sound. You can only hear the bell sound at the swamp tree, nowhere else. It doesn't matter what time it is, just as long as you go there and stand for a while, you will hear it. Another thing that I wanted to point out is if you damage the church in any way, you actually get bad honour. As you can see, I shot the bell here. I was trying to see if it would make a noise when I shot it, but it didn't. I just got bad honour. Well, that's it for me today. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, I'd appreciate your like and subscribe. That really helps out. I'll see you in the next one.